Okay, welcome to this video, guys. My name is Brandon, and I'm going to share with you 8 different ways that you can increase your daily protein intake without overthinking and overcomplicating things. So in my experience working with tons of clients over the years, one of the number one things I see most of them struggle with is getting in enough protein, especially in the beginning when we first start working together. They're not calorie conscious, they're not thinking of these things. So what ends up happening when you're chronically under eating protein, your body just doesn't have the fuel, the resources to repair it, rebuild it. What ends up happening to people is they tend to overeat carbs and fats to make up for the lack of protein intake. So they're trying to make up the energy intake, but they're getting it from carbs and fats, which means that their ratios are all out of whack and they're not optimized for what their body needs, their daily stressors. So here are the 8 simple ways to increase daily protein intake. Number 1 would be prioritizing protein at every single meal and snack. So what you want to do is build your snacks and your meals around the protein source. So think it through ahead of time. That way you know, here's what I'm having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'm going to build my carbs and my fats around that protein source, making sure that I have adequate protein for what I need, whatever my goals are, however many calories I need. Number 2, you want to have a high protein breakfast. Whatever time you like to have breakfast, make it high in protein. And the reason is if you can get protein up front, you're going to feel more full. You're going to be satiated. It's going to give you more energy throughout the day. And what studies show is that people that have a high protein breakfast tend to not need as many calories later on in the day, right? Because they've hit their goals in the beginning, or they've set themselves up good for success, I should say. Whereas the opposite rings true. People that tend to have a low protein breakfast end up being what's called protein hungry, and they're trying to make up for it later on in the day, which tends to come from more processed foods, carbohydrates, fats, things of that nature, because they didn't plan well in the beginning. So number 2 is high protein breakfast. Number 3, very simple, very easy, and very effective. Increase your serving size or portion size at each meal, or even just for 1 or 2 meals, right? So if you're used to having, like, let's say 4 ounces of chicken, bump it up to 6 ounces of chicken. And what that'll do is that'll take you from like 24 grams of protein up to like 35, 36 grams of protein. And you didn't really have to do anything special. You already had the food. You just consumed a little bit more of it. Next one would be double it up, meaning have 2 different protein sources. So one of my favorite snacks that I like to do is I like to do Greek yogurt, 0% fat, and I like to mix it with a low-fat cottage cheese. Then I put some fruit and some other items in it. But when I combine the 2, and they're very low calorie but very high in protein, it's a quick go-to snack. I get to mix some things together, have a little bit different flavor, and it's just easy to do. So you could also do Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder. You could do Greek yogurt with some collagen in it. There's many ways. So just get creative with, the things that you like and figure out ways that you can mix and match just to boost your daily protein. Very easy. Next one to do is just thinking of meal prepping ahead of time. And what I like to do is whenever we're cooking dinner, my wife and I, we like to double up the amount of protein that we make. That way we can have leftovers for the next day. I like to do grilled chicken omelets in the morning. So if we do some grilled type of chicken at night, I'll save it and then I'll use it in the morning to pump up my omelet or whatever I'm making. I love scrambled eggs, stuff like that. So it's just another way of making it a no-brainer for you and so easy that you can succeed with what you're trying to do. Because I tell you, if you get that protein up, you're going to not eat as many other calories later on in the day, but now you're going to be building more muscle, you're going to be burning more calories. A lot of benefits are going to come just by increasing your daily protein intake. Okay? Next one would be having easy go-to snacks and meals. So some of the easiest ones you could do is stock up on the beef jerky, right? It's at every gas station, so there's no reason you can't get some beef jerky. So have that, stock up on it. That's a quick, easy go-to snack. That way, if you're traveling, if you find yourself caught off guard, life throws curveballs at you, and you weren't prepared, but you have that beef jerky, it's going to be a lot better for you to have that, maybe some string cheese, combine the 2 together, rather than reaching for those potato chips, the Funyuns, or whatever it is that's processed out there that's going to not get you to your goal as quickly. So little tiny changes here and there will lead up over time to big results. So beef jerky is one, Hard-boiled eggs is another one. Very simple. Cook a bunch of those up. There's tons of things you can do with them. Greek yogurt, again, that's another easy go-to snack. So from there, we're going to go into something called simple swaps, meaning swap this out for that, upgrade this for that. So for example, if you like chicken thighs, you could swap that out for chicken breast. You're going to lower the fat content, increase the amount of protein. Easy to do. As far as like things like ground beef, you could go from an 85-15% ratio to a 93 to 7%, or get the leanest amount, the leanest ground beef you can find, the leanest ground turkey you can find. Then, it's going to save you calories, but also it's going to be boosting that protein intake up. As far as simple swaps go too, another thing you could do is, if you're looking at your plate, you got your protein, your carbs, and your fats, you can swap out, remove a little bit of the carbs, remove a little bit of the fats, either or, and increase that protein intake right there. So you could swap out just on one meal in particular, and that kind of ties back in with that increasing the serving size or the portion size of the protein. And number 8, protein supplements. Now, you don't need any protein powders, any supplements for that matter, to reach your fitness or your fat loss goals. However, protein powder is easy and it's very convenient for you to have with you, on the road. A protein shake in the morning or whenever you want to have it can bump your protein up anywhere from 20 to 50 grams, depending on how much you put per day. So if you're looking to lose weight, you can go protein powder with water. If you're looking to have a little more flavor and you want to build some muscle, need the calories, you can go protein, low-fat milk, or even full-fat milk. You can mix protein with oatmeal. You can throw protein in your Greek yogurt. You can make smoothies. You can bake with it. The possibilities are endless, okay? So having these 8 little tricks that you can use to help you increase your daily protein intake will go a long way to helping you actualize your fitness and your fat loss goals. So even if you just start with one of them, that's going to get you progress, building a habit, feeling more confident about it. Then you could slowly add more. In other words, guys, small hinges swing big doors. So don't be fooled by the little changes that you make over time, because they're going to lead to big results down the way as they become more of your actual lifestyle. If you got something out of the video, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your biggest takeaway, your comments, criticisms, all that kind of stuff. Leave a comment down below, and I'd love to hear from you. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.